Good evening, Juanita Phillips with ABC News. For decades, they felt like Australia's forgotten soldiers, overlooked and ignored for their part in an unpopular war. But today, the 50,000 Australians who fought in Vietnam were given long overdue recognition. An apology from the Prime Minister on behalf of the nation for the way they were treated when they came home. The emotional tribute came on the eve of Vietnam Veterans Day, the 40th anniversary of the Battle of Long Tan.
It was the most significant Australian battle of the Vietnam War. 40 years ago tomorrow, 108 diggers ran into a communist force many times their number at Long Tan.
Everyone to my left had been shot, and we lost our machine gunner and then the 2IC of the section.
The small band, many of them national servicemen, held off and defeated the Vietnamese. 18 Australian soldiers died, 500 of their opponents were killed.
There were pieces of body everywhere which you had to collect and bury with some form of dignity.
Today, the Prime Minister used the 40th anniversary of Long Tan to conclude some unfinished business from the war that divided the nation, apologising to the 50,000 Australians who served in Vietnam for shunning their sacrifice.
We collectively failed those men at the time, and they are owed our apologies and our regrets for that failure, Mr Speaker.
That's not the only piece of unfinished business. Long Tan veterans remain angry that battlefield recommendations for bravery medals were rejected. John Howard says he understands their sense of grievance and injustice, but is reluctant to reopen the case.
As one sense of grievance might be addressed, so many others are opened up.
I am disappointed in the Prime Minister's announcement.
Graham Edwards is the one Vietnam veteran now in Parliament. He lost his legs to a landmine. Kim Beazley choked with emotion as he read from a letter written by Mr Edwards.
I said earlier that it is time to move on.
The opposition leader struggled to regather himself.
Last night I had dinner with the Vietnamese ambassador. As we left the table, he said to me that both our countries must look to the future.
I think that that's a letter that I would have found easier to write than to actually say.
And then memory overwhelmed him too. Jim Middleton, ABC News, Canberra.